Welcome to the Tuesday night TeamViHOPE call. We are excited to bring you another amazing call with some great new stories here in the Vi community. My name is Pat Ryan. I'm a national director here with Visalis. I'm also a Body by Vi national active fitness champion and a proud 100-pound club member and a very proud member of TeamViHOPE. My story started 4 years ago. I was a broken down and beaten man. I was 430 pounds. I went to see my doctor after a really bad health scare passing out at a concert, and he told me that I had a blood pressure of 170/90, and if I didn't do something about it, I was going to die. Now, go back 9 months. I had this guy that was bugging me about shakes that taste like cake. He told me the more I drink, the more I'd shrink. He used all these things on me, and I didn't want to listen to him because I didn't want to believe it. But let me tell you, when you get a warning from your doctor and he tells you that you may not make it much longer and your 1.5-year-old is sitting on your lap, you're going to do something about it. So I called the skinny guy and I said, hey, let's get me signed up for this challenge thing you're talking about. And within 3 weeks, I lost 15 pounds and I became a believer. My first 90 days, I lost 56 pounds. And I built such a huge belief in the challenge that led me to build on those results. And that's what the call is about today, building on your first 90-day results. Down 150 pounds for me total, 20-plus pounds of muscle. My wife is down 75 pounds. We kept building on our first 90 days. So I'm going to see if my first guest is out there, and then if not, we'll just change the schedule around. Thomas, are you out there? No, he's not. Hey, Dave, are you around?
Yes, sir, I am here.
Hey, Dave, what we're going to do is I'm going to have you get a little bit of your story and then talk with Tammy, and then we'll see if Thomas is out there, and if not, we'll just go from there.
That'll work. Hey, folks, this is
Pass
Dave
over to you,
Morgan
my friend.
from Louisville. I appreciate it, brother. Folks, this is Dave Morgan from Louisville, Kentucky. I was blessed to meet Big Pat a couple years ago. Actually, I've been blessed to meet a lot of folks on this call tonight because of the challenge. Real quickly, a little bit about my story. When my wife and I started our first challenge almost 3 years ago, I was 310 pounds, 60 inches around the belly, and at only 5'9", that you do that math real quick, and that puts me just about looking like Santa Claus. Not a real pretty picture, and was real proud of being a big guy. Real proud of the idea of not needing a winter coat in Louisville weather because, I was fat and I came with my own layer of thermal insulation, right? So some friends of ours had talked to us about a challenge for 4 months, and I kept telling them no. And finally one day I looked at Sharinda and I said, all right, what's this thing they're doing? Because I've been swindled by a buddy of mine to go run a half marathon that next spring. And I looked around, I'm like, man, at 310 pounds, I'll die. There's no way. That's crazy. So we hopped on the challenge, and our very first challenge, we did zero exercise because we weren't exercising when we started the challenge. So we didn't want to add that in as a variable and not know for sure what in the world it was going to do. Did we lose weight because we exercised, or did we lose weight because we were drinking the shakes? So we literally just did the shakes. At the time, there was no crunch. So we did 2 shakes a day. For me, I did Butterfinger probably 95% of those times. And ate our meal. And at the time, they weren't even the most sensible meal choices because we wanted to know just what these shakes were going to do. Is our friend just crazy? And in 54 days, I had lost 30 pounds. And I laid in bed next to my wife, just crying my eyeballs out because this was so simple and it worked so well. In my first 90 days, I had dropped 41 pounds. I'd gone from grade 3 morbidly obese, or what I affectionately call deathly fat, down to grade 2 obese, something my doctor had never been able to do. And so I'm stoked. Let's fast forward a little bit, and at this point I've lost a total of 105 pounds, so I'm also a proud member of the 100-pound club. I put on several pounds of lean muscle. I learned to exercise. I learned to love to exercise. Enough that I've run multiple races at this point, participated in Ironman Louisville almost a year ago to the day, and I'm truly grateful and thankful for living the Vi life because it truly saved my life. So that's enough about my story. Do we want to do one more quick check and see if Thomas has joined us on the call before we Before we transition over to Miss Tammy, Thomas, are you out there with us? All right. I hope all's well. I'm sure I'll hear from him later. So we have Miss Tammy on the telephone with us, and Miss Tammy is a relatively new, one of our 2 to 3 latest 100-pound club members. Tammy Brown, are you out there?
I sure am, Dave. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. If you don't mind, share your story with us, please.
Oh, I would love to, because, this is what I really, really enjoy, the passion for my business as an entrepreneur is having this platform. And, again, thank you for allowing me to share my story and help encourage others. I started my journey in May of 2014, weighing in at 267 pounds. I was 52 years old at the time, and I just lost my mom, a young age of 69. I have 2 children, 15 and 16-year-old boys at home that I still have to raise. So I thought, Tammy, you need to do something. So I found Alice through another leader that everybody knows, Doug Simpson, and went to one of his challenge parties that was public. Didn't know anybody. I didn't even know Doug. Everybody else in Williamsville did, but I didn't. Went there, tasted the shake, started my first 90-day challenge, and I was just knocked out of the water. After the first 30 days of dropping 17 pounds, I decided, I've been helping kids, because my passion prior to Alice, and still is helping children who are fighting cancer. And I did fundraising. I coordinated fundraising events. There was no money in it. I volunteered all of my time and effort. So I thought with Alice, with me getting a transformation, I could help others and make a little money. So to me, it was a good marriage. That was my first month, 17 pounds started, and by the end of my first 90-day challenge, I was down 48 pounds. I was elated. And that was with no exercise. I fought the exercise I've done 4 challenges, and now on my 5th challenge. I fought the exercise through 3.5 other challenges. In month 12 of being on the program, I started exercising. And at the end of my 4th challenge, I was right at 97 pounds and just recently hit the 100-pound mark, and very, very proud and honored to be a part of this 100-pound club. Guys, my passion was to help myself so I could be here, to help others, and to be here for my children and my grandchildren. And so when I think about reinvesting myself into me, every time my 90-day challenge is up and I redo that, I just am saying I'm reinvesting years. I'm adding years to my life. So when that's my encouragement to you is share that passion that you have with your friends, your family, your loved ones, your coworkers, and their network, and help them, because in the end, as long as we're continuing to bless each other and bless others, we'll continue to be successful. My results, I said that 102. My vitality goal is to lose another additional 8 pounds. And I'm a little bit on the low side there, so I'm hoping to be 110 pounds down by vitality. And the 3 for Free guide, I started last May of 2014, like I said. I bought my transformation kit. I've been on the transformation kit every month since then. That was the only month that I paid for it. Every month since then, my kit has been shipped to my door for $15.99. Isn't that awesome?
Wow.
But thank you again for having me on, and I hope that, my story inspires. Share my story. Share my pictures. Look me up on Facebook, guys. I am so transparent. Just find me, use my story to inspire others.
Wow, Tammy, that is awesome. Thank you so very much. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
When you finished that very first challenge as you were coming to that 90th, actually I'd say 91st day when you do your weigh-in to find out what that full 90-day results were. What was going through your head, and more importantly, what was going through your heart?
Well, I speak from my heart more than my head some days, but I was just like 48 pounds. I've probably given myself 2 more years of life on this earth. 2 more years to be with my family and my loved ones. 2 more years to experience things that I haven't experienced. But I was flabbergasted after the first 30 days. But at that 90 day at 48, and there was a little part of me that said, geez, I'm 2 pounds short of 50 pounds. But it was also just, just wonderful to get to that 48 pounds.
Wow, that is just phenomenal. Thank you. I understand. I get a little bit of OCD in me. I understand wanting to hit, even numbers. Heck, I can't turn TV up or down without doing it by a numerical of 5. But to look at the idea that you've just shaved or added 2 years back onto your life by losing 48 pounds, that's tremendous. So, well,
it was probably more, Dave. I just assumed 2 years. I really need to look it up, see statistically, because I was on 7 different medications, blood pressure, and all these other medications that I no longer take. Absolutely take nothing. So I know without putting all those extra chemicals that are not good for us, although we do need them. We do need them sometimes as age creeps up on us to survive. Yeah. But I was still healthy. And now that I'm exercising, I feel so much better. I have the zest for life. And guys, to give that to somebody else, to share that with somebody else. Well, I just come back from Philly. There was a young lady there in Philly, Amanda, and she was inspired. I got to walk the stage from a 100-pound club, and she was inspired by me, and she came up to me. She's sitting in her Beamer, so I know she's been with our stylist for a while, but it was because of her age. She was over 50 as well. Guys, never give up. Keep going, no matter what the age is. Always believe in yourself and know that you have the power within yourself to do anything that you want, no matter what it is. And I love our founders giving us their live list. Their live list is a lot different than mine. But it's awesome to dream, because if you quit dreaming, you quit living. And I'm dreaming of losing an additional 18 pounds and adding on some muscle. So
that's huge. Well, we thank you so very much for sharing with us tonight. That's absolutely phenomenal. I know we had you on before you hit the 100-pound club, but having you on here to be able to celebrate that with you is just awesome. Okay, I think just a second ago we heard Thomas chime in on the call here tonight. Brother, are you out there with us?
Yes, Tom Comer is here.
Awesome. Is it possible we can get you to share your story with us?
Oh man, I would absolutely love it. Can I go ahead and start?
Absolutely. Knock yourself out, buddy.
All right. Hey guys, my apologies. I was setting up my job at a Sam's store, and I got stuck with the pallet in the back room. But anyway, hey guys, this is the most incredible program I've ever been on. The support is incredible. But let's go back some years, many years ago. I'm 58 years old right now, but I'll tell you, it seems like a blink away. I was a college athlete, top college athlete, top in my position, and it seems like overnight it just crept away on me. Speeding ahead to about 2.5 years ago, I had started the ViHOPE program, and I was losing some good weight. And then all of a sudden, I had some medical ailments. I wound up having to get, they said I had to get surgery in my lower back, which I didn't, but then I had to get 5 vertebrae fused in my neck. That's just about 2.5, 3 years ago. And then 2 weeks after I get out of the hospital with that, I suffered a major heart condition. I was 2 minutes away from dying. Bringing it up to date here, up until about 4 weeks ago, I was not able to work. I was actually disabled without a check. Back in May, though, I started rehabbing myself. got on this program. Pretty much I'm on the fuel kit with added cookies and snacks and cookies, snacks going pro. I just keep it filled. I'll tell you, I don't want you guys to take your eyes off this holiday, because what happened this past holiday, I was down 92 pounds. I was only 8 pounds away from my goal the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And when I opened up my eyes after New Year's, I was about 40 pounds away from my goal. But now I've been battling back. I'm 27 pounds away from hitting 100 pounds. And I'll tell you guys, here's the thing. You need to be with somebody or a team where you're active, going in every day. Maybe it's a gym. You can't be the people that made you fat, no matter how much you love them. You cannot hang around them, guys. You cannot hang around them. You got to get out of the house, join a walking group, even if it's not a challenge group. There's low impact walking groups, and get around people that are on the same page as you are, so you're preaching to the choir. I'm going to walk the stage in vitality, and I believe in God. I believe that He's there for me. And you know something? It's funny that He never moves. I just take my eye off Him, and really, I gotta keep Him more involved in helping Him crush the monsters of food addiction. I haven't been looking at a clock, but hey, brother, I know I'm late. Pat, thank you so much for letting me be on this call. And hey, we're all in this together, guys. And I applaud Team Hope. This is so unselfish, and I hope God shines on all you guys.
Tom, thank you so very much. You're certainly not late at all. You fit right in, and I tell you what, brother, I love coming to events and hugging your neck. You're just as warm like I've known you for all my life. It's incredible. And welcome to the club. There's a couple of us that are looking to requalify right now for the 100-pound club. So let me get with you in the next day or two and see what we can do to do this together. I certainly want to make sure that we can do what we can to make sure you walk that stage for the 100-pound club at Vitality. That would be tremendous.
Thank you so much,
folks. One of our focuses tonight is on what people what they feel, what they go through when they finish that first 90-day challenge. And we have got Miss Andrea Shaffer on the phone tonight, and literally just saw her post today that she ends her very first 90-day challenge tomorrow, and reached out to her today, talked to her, and I tell you what, Andrea came to us by way of Brian Colbank, 200-pound club member, regional director. He's phenomenal, brother. And he's reaching out to everybody he can. And Miss Andrea, if you're out there, hon, if you don't mind, just take 3 or 4 minutes here and tell us a little bit about your story.
Hi, I'm Andrea, and I'm calling from Morgantown, West Virginia. I started my challenge because of Brian Colbank and the inspiration that he was and that he still is. I have several health issues that are slowly improving and some that will never improve, unfortunately, but because I started the Body by Vi shake, I do the shake kit, and my first challenge, which ends tomorrow, for my first 90-day challenge, I will have lost 38 pounds, and for that I am thrilled, and I cannot wait to start my next challenge to see where it goes from there. I plan on sticking with this for a long time, and if anybody can do it, I suggest they do it because it's really wonderful. I never realized how much just replacing 2 unhealthy meals with a couple of shakes a day can change somebody's weight and how they view themselves. And it's awesome.
That's huge, Andrea. That's absolutely phenomenal. Let me ask you a couple questions here about your first challenge, and I really appreciate you sharing that with us. I know when we talked today, you indicated that you are going to go ahead and do another challenge because you're not quite to your goal yet. But let me ask you a little bit of, so you heard me ask Tammy a minute ago what's in her head, but let me ask you what's in your heart. What do you feel that you're getting out of this, and where do you think you want to go with this? What do you think you're going to do in your next challenge?
Well, I feel that I'm getting healthier and getting stronger, which is what I need to do for myself, so I can be better for my daughter, who needs some help with her weight. And I plan on going on with this and losing more weight and hopefully reaching my goal within the next couple of challenges. I'd like to lose at least another 30 to 40 pounds, if at all possible, which I know is possible because of the program. And that is my goal. And I know I can do it. I have it in my heart and in my soul to do it. I can do it.
Absolutely. And what makes the number that you're reaching for special to you? What sets that goal for you?
My goal is I'd like to get down to about 145 to 150. Right now, I am at 188 pounds. So my goal is to get down to about 150 to 145.
That's huge. I'm sorry, no pun intended. That's awesome. Say it a little differently. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's a really bad pun to use for Smiling the Challenge. Sorry. Wow, that's exactly what we're looking for. Is you're gaining life out of this. Tammy mentioned, she's gaining life out of this. Lord knows Tom is. And some of this is quantifiable. Some of it, your doctor can look at you and say, yeah, you've put a decade back on your life just by the weight loss aspect. But there's a couple of us that have talked tonight about, there's medications we're not taking anymore, the chemicals we're not putting in our bodies, the sensible choices that we're now making because of things like the interaction with other people on the challenge, the folks that look at a challenge and initially, like myself, just trying to be the bullheaded ding-dong, say, well, I'm not changing anything else. I'm going to still, my one meal a day, by God, it's still going to be fried fish and pizza. That was my first challenge, and I still lost 41 pounds. So that tells you how bad I ate before and how much the challenge works. But the point that I'm driving at here is everybody is going to experience different things out of their first challenge. And my hope for everybody is that this truly becomes a lifestyle for you, that this isn't just something that you decide you want to take a challenge and just be done with it and forget about helping others and helping your friends and family, because quite honestly, you're not going to find anything that's as healthy and certainly as affordable as these shakes. So I want to describe to you a little bit of what my first challenge was, and I'm just going to tell you going in that my wife and I have put a little bit of our weight back on because we lost our focus. We lost our passion. We lost the drive. We lost we didn't have a goal in front of us. So I'm very likely to get a little bit emotional talking about this. Our first challenge, we got on this, like I say, because some friends said, look, guys, just come by on a Saturday night after church. What's the worst thing you're going to do? See your friends? If you don't like the shakes, great. You still got to see your friends, and you're going to dinner anyway. So we gave it a try. We winged it. It took about 2 days for us to figure out, all right, we need to do this full bore because we all know it tastes good. I mean, literally, I was 310 pounds because I like cake. So you put a shake that tastes like cake mix in front of me, and I'm good to go. When 95% of the milkshakes that I drank in the first 90 days were Butterfinger, really, I was hooked. It didn't take much more. But our first 90 days ended in November of 2012 when we took a trip on Blind Faith. Our upline had encouraged us to come out to St. Louis to a national event and just see the stories. Now, our upline, our support team, knew they had a 100-pound club member on their hands and knew how much Sharon and I needed Visalis and the transformation, but we didn't. We had no idea how much we needed it. I mean, when we started our first challenge, I set a goal to lose 30 pounds, and I thought, well, that's never going to happen because nothing else had ever done it. No exercise, no trying to eat less, no starve myself, no Atkins, no carbs, no stew, soup thing, whatever they were. None of that ever worked. So for us to finish a first 90-day challenge at a national event where we got to see things like Pat Ryan cross the pound club stage, standing on stage in front of 12,000 people in the St. Louis Rams Stadium, literally half the stadium blocked off for Visalis event, and that's our first one. And we're seeing a room full of people where the co-founders say, look, if you've lost 10 pounds or more, stand up, be proud. If you've lost 20 or more, stay standing. I was like, whoo, I get to keep standing. 30 or more, 40 or more. I'm like, holy cow, there's still a lot of people in the room that are getting their lives changed. They're getting their lives back. They got up to the 100 pounds, and I was crying. Because at that point, it was real to me, and it was evident that although I knew the next morning I was going to look in the mirror and know that I had just finished my first challenge, 41 pounds down, but that's when the reality sank in of just how much I had to go. I started this challenge thinking, well, 30 pounds, I'll be good. That's all I really need to do. I never knew how big I was. I never knew what I had to lose, literally. So that first 90 days to end up 41 pounds down, it inspired me. Being at the event, seeing the people cross the stage, seeing JoJo. For anybody that's on the phone that remembers the story of JoJo, the lady that started off, I'd have to say in excess of 400 pounds. The only exercise she could do was lift 2-pound weights. And by the end of her 90-day challenge, she climbed stairs in Santa Cruz, California, like some crazy amount of stairs at the side of a mountain. It just was very, very inspiring. So my wife and I started looking at these challenges saying, all right, we understand that we like this. This is sustainable. We can do this forever. We like it. So what's next? What do we want to do in our next 90-day challenge? And it didn't take long to start. Pat will be kind of laughing in the background. It didn't take long for me to start putting together spreadsheets for what I wanted to do for my challenges. And before I knew it, I had 3, 4, 5, 7 challenges planned out. It didn't take too long. I had my 8th challenge planned out, which took me to Ironman. But the point is that one of the beautiful things about the Project 10 Challenge is every 90 days we give you the opportunity to evaluate. All right, I had these goals for this 90 days. Maybe I hit them, maybe I didn't. If you didn't, don't change the goal unless you want to make it bigger. Don't get rid of it. Just go after it again. Modify your timeline. Realize that there is something bigger out there than just the reason that you're doing this. You know, for every 10 pounds, Vi is going to donate 90 meals to a kid in need. To put a little perspective to that 90 meals, my wife and I have lost 150 pounds. At 90 meals per 10 pounds, that's 3 3/4 years worth of free meals to a kid who's struggling with obesity or malnutrition. And I got to tell you, I was that fat kid. I was that kid that my hands were sweating in PE when I would have to dance with a girl when they were trying to teach us how to be gentlemen. I was the kid that didn't want to have to play on the Skins team for basketball because I would have been mortified. We get an opportunity every day to get healthy and to reach out and help the kids in your local community. And that is phenomenal. But if you don't first find the reason that you want to do this, if you don't find what drives you, if you don't just take 10 minutes to stop and think about, all right, I just finished my first challenge. What's next? Do you want to be Teresa Thomas in faith? Do you want to be Pat? Do you want to be Mike Brando? I mean, what is it you're shooting for? Good Lord, do you think you want to shoot for Vi model and maybe try to look like Harvey? Who knows? You know, there's the possibilities are endless with the Project 10 Challenge. There's really nothing that you can't do. Kelvin posted something today that really touched me, and it talked about, you know, basically we've got superheroes that walk among us. We've got superheroes in our TeamViHOPE. Maybe we haven't taken all the pounds off of them yet to let them fully express themselves, but we're working on that, and we're all works in progress. We're going to get there. So whoever has reached out to you tonight to get you on this call, reach back to them and give them 90 days. Because out of this call alone, out of these 5 people, there's 487 pounds lost. For Vasalis, there's over 3 million transformations at over 15 million pounds. This isn't new to us. We know what we're talking about. We're here to help you reach that goal, whatever it is. If you've got some kind of a bodybuilding show you want to reach for, we've got somebody in TeamViHOPE that's done that. You want to do whatever racing you want to do, you just want to be the guy who says, you know what, I just want to be able to crawl on the floor with my kids again. We got people there to support you. Find us on Facebook at TeamViHOPE. You can find all of the replays of these calls on our YouTube channel at TeamViHOPE. We appreciate everybody's time tonight. We truly appreciate your time and your dedication to be on these calls. To all of the guests tonight, thank you. Thank you for your time, for your amazing stories. Pat, I love you, brother, and I thank the world of you, and I'm grateful to be on this call with you tonight. This call is officially over. You all have a great night.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome job, everyone.